So moving on with eyes, I got my tape placed like I taught you in the last video. I've decided that we're gonna do this tutorial for this look with the Revolutionary palette. This is just a generic palette that I got on Amazon years ago. We're using this mainly for these yellows. And then to finish the look, I got out my MAC pigment powder in gold, and we're gonna use that later with some setting spray. But to start, we're gonna go in with our NYX eyeshadow primer in Skin Tone, and we're just gonna pop that on the eyelid. And bring it up pretty high on the brow bone because you're gonna need it. Just don't get into your highlighter since we put that in early. All right, now that that's on, we're gonna start with our yellow. So I got this brush here, and I'm gonna go into, I think, okay, we're gonna go in with this one, maybe a little bit of this one. I haven't decided yet, but we'll find out. We're gonna start with the lighter shade, and we're just gonna pick that up. And pick up a decent amount of it, and we're gonna put it right in our crease. Just sweep it back and forth. You want it to come up kind of high because this is gonna be your transition color. And then do the same thing on the other side. Remember, it's a transition color. You're not gonna see a lot of it. It's just to help blend other colors later. But you do wanna see it peak up there. So don't be afraid to bring it up. It's like my wall says, it's just makeup, it washes off. Apparently we have a motorcycle outside. Now that we're done with that, I kind of like the way that shade works, so we're gonna stick with that. We're not gonna go into that darker shade. You're gonna go in with a little dome brush like this. And I know I said this is the only color we're gonna use, but I changed my mind. We're gonna go into this white here, and we're just gonna put a pop of that in the tear duct of our eye. Right in here. Just sweep it in there. I'm bringing it up just a little bit and blending it into that yellow just a little to like lighten up your inner eye. We might go into that inner eye later and put in maybe like a pop-up highlighting white or something, but for right now we're just gonna stay with the dull white. All right, now moving on to the Revolution palette. That's this one. And you don't have to use these palettes. This is just one that has the colors I'm going for. We're gonna go in I think with mist, or I'll start with plant and then I'll work into mist. Let's start with plant, and I'm going in with just a flat brush like this. And once you got a good amount of that product on there, you're gonna bring it in right above your crease line and just sweep it in. Don't worry about getting it down here because we're going to cover that up. And then I'm going to bring it back and wing it out a little bit. And then same thing on the other side. I'm gonna go ahead and start this side with the wing and then bring it up. And blend this side out a little bit more to where we look closer to even. And if you still don't feel like you're even, go back in with the brush that you used to do your yellow and just blend it a little bit. Okay. Grabbing one more palette. I have the mate to the Amazon palette that I was talking about, and I've got a black in here. And I'm gonna grab me an angled brush like this. And nope, that's not gonna work. You're gonna look for like a domed brush. A small dome brush to be exact. Something kind of like this. And I'm gonna pick up that black. And right in here, you're just gonna start outlining. And then again, I'm gonna wing it out. Same thing on the other side. And then go back in with your green brush that you had and just smoke that out a little bit. I'm gonna go back in with a little bit more of my transition shade on this side because it's not really there like I want it to be. All right, now that we're done with that, we'll have something that kind of looks like this. And I know it still looks like a mess, but work with me. All right, you're gonna get your concealer out or eye primer or however you plan on doing your cut crease. And I'm just putting a little bit on my hand right there. Pick up the product and cut your crease. Some people like to put it right here and then look up and it cuts it for you. Same thing on the other side. All right, it'll look something kind of like that. And then we're gonna go in with our MAC pigment. And I'm gonna use my Hard Candy Long Lasting Setting Spray to do this. I'm gonna use the same brush that I used to do my cut crease. Just put a little bit in the cap. It really doesn't even need to be that much. Break up any product beads that you might have. And then put some of your setting spray right there in the container. You want it to be pretty wet, almost like watery paint. It'll look kind of like this when it's ready, just so that it's easy to get it where we want it. And you're gonna go on your inner eye here on your cut crease and place it in there. And if you bring it up too far like I just did, see those lines? Don't worry about that because you can blend that back out. You want to drag it back to about like that and then let it set up and dry. Work on the other side. Goofed up. All right, now that you've got that laid, I'm gonna go in and clean up where I goofed it up a little bit. I'm just gonna get back into my Revolutionary palette and get here into the plant. And I'm just gonna buff it. So that you can't even tell that we goofed. Same thing on the other side, just a little bit. And then if you notice any like imperfections or anything like that, now's the time to clean those up. I'm just darkening this side a little bit because it looks like this side is more gold than this side, and that bugs me. So, okay. Now I'm gonna get that shimmery white I was talking about. We're gonna do basically the same thing.
We got our pictures. There's.
All right, white powder. Just a little bit in the cap. Just like that tiny little amount is all you need. Spray it with some setting spray because that's what I've got. And this bottle's almost empty. And I'm putting that right in the tear duct down here and bringing it up just a little. All right. You want it to look like that. Maybe blend it just a little bit more on this side. This is what we're working with so far. Now we're gonna go in to the color Dope with an angled brush like this. And we're gonna pick that up. And then we're gonna bring this up into the cut crease. And I'm bringing it into the cut crease and dragging it back. And then I'm gonna buff this a little bit. And this side as well. So this is roughly what your eyes should look like. If you see any imperfections that you don't like, you can clean those up now. All right, now I'm gonna line my upper eye. Turn you this way a little bit so that you can actually see what I'm doing. something like that. Now we can go in with our eyeliner. Yeah, I don't like that one. So it looks like we're gonna go in with our NYX and Milk. It's actually good to go ahead and just take your tape off at this point because we don't need that no more. Just gonna buff out my face here real quick where I've got some shadow stray. All right, now line the under eye. I picked the NYX Milk because of the fact that this is such a heavy eyeshadow look. If you go in with a white liner, it helps open your eye up a little bit more. And then, because of the fact that I caught a couple of my lashes, I'm going to use this real quick to brush my bottom lash line out. And then I'm going to go in with Triple Shot by Clinique in the Black XL. I'm going to do my mascara. I'm gonna re-hit my highlighter on this side because I messed it up. And since it's such a bold look, trying to find a good lipstick that'll go with this. That's a pink. No, I don't think so. I think we're just gonna go with a nude. Or we could try this one. This is D&M lip gloss collection. This doesn't have a color, so I'm gonna put this on. It's a matte and let it dry, and then I'm gonna put a shimmer gloss on top of it, like this. You have to excuse all the noise in my room. I have teenagers here. As soon as that dries, you can get the shimmer put on, and then you can see the finished look. So you guys will have to comment and let me know what kind of things you want to see me do, whether you want to see me do an eyebrow tutorial or an eyeshadow design of a certain kind. I'm willing to try it. I can't guarantee that I'm going to pull it off, but I'm willing to try it. Alright, I think we're dry enough now that we can get the second coat put on. I'm just going to dab it on because we don't want it like sticky. Just trying to give it some character. So this is the finished look. Obviously without lashes because it's Tuesday and I don't do falsies on weekdays. So if you want to see a falsie video, you'll have to come back by on Saturday. But I guess we'll call this eyeshadow look Super Baked, just to go with the hemp palette. Come back on Thursday for another video. I will try to post a link on this video, what Thursday's video is going to entail as far as like an eyeshadow design goes. Until I start getting recommendations, I'm just going to wing it, and what I get on here is what I get on here. And if there are, like I said, videos you want to see, product reviews you want to hear, as long as it's not like outrageously way outrageous, I'll get it, I'll try it, I'll give you my honest opinion. I'm not that person to sugarcoat shit. So until Thursday, you beautiful ladies have a great day.